So we've all fought through patches like this in life, I feel like, where you're sort of on autopilot. You're just going through the motions, minus energy, minus enthusiasm. My next guest has ways to help you step out of apathy and put passion back into living. Our favorite life coach, Tiffany Peterson, is here to help motivate us all. So is apathy a feeling, Tiffany, or is it an attitude?
Well, I think technically it could be both, right? And to your point, like all of us at times may visit the feeling of apathy where we just feel kind of blah, or just kind of, you know, we're just running on neutral or autopilot. We're not really engaged in feeling that passion or that vitality in life. But I think if we build a house there, then it can become an attitude, right? It becomes more of a mindset where we're just more seeing life in that lens regularly. So I do think it's both. It's just being aware if you're building a house there or you're just visiting there is a difference.
So personally, when I feel this kind of come with the ebbs and flow of life, I get a little panicked. I get a little scared because I naturally run pretty high. I'm pretty happy and positive most of the time. So when I feel that feeling take over, I panic a little bit. Is it reason to panic? Is it reason to pay attention?
Well, I think what we want to pay attention to is if there's a difference between feeling, again, occasionally apathetic or just feeling kind of bummed out. If you're regularly feeling a deep sense of sadness and so forth, what we'd more call depression, then of course I'd invite someone to look at some professional support to help through that. But if you're feeling it a little bit, get curious about it is where I like you to start, is to just look at, what's this about? Am I tired? Am I hungry? Right? Am I hangry sometimes? But sometimes we're feeling like I'm just worn out, I'm tired, I'm not doing the things that keep my juices high, and I'm feeling either overwhelmed or worn out, burnt out, can also hang out with the feeling of apathy too.
So with that curiosity then, you're encouraging us to ask inventory questions of ourselves and of our current state of living.
Yeah. So I would just get curious to say, hey, what's really up for me? And kind of get quiet, get in those inventory questions, things like, has this been happening for a while? Has something shifted? As well as just then asking the questions that get you back in the game, right? Is even if you figure out, well, gosh, this is why I'm feeling this way, is what would I rather experience is a question, again, a good life coachy question I love to ask myself or clients is, what would I rather experience? And that moving you back into what brings me joy, what would fill me up, what is my body craving right now? A lot of times it's just tuning in, Brooke. Like right now, if you were to ask yourself this question, or any one of you watching, is to ask yourself your own intuition, what am I needing more of right now? You will get an intuitive response, and then it's more so about us honoring what comes up for us, right? Sometimes I need more rest, sometimes I need more play. Sometimes I need more people time, sometimes I need more alone time. And it's just taking the inventory about what's really up.
So it's the idea we know what we need to know. We just need to stop to figure it out.
Yeah, we just need to ask and create some openness that we can be tuned into what's up for us.
How can finding reasons to be grateful motivate us? That made your list, gratitude.
Yes, for sure. So one of the ways that, again, when I think of apathy, it's just kind of that life is kind of flat.
Flat, yeah,
just flat.
Even line.
Instead of really feeling the juice of life. And there's this quote by Tony Robbins where he says, success leaves clues. And anyone you ever interview or look at, or autobiographies, is this concept of gratitude comes up regularly. And whether you want to look at the Bible to personal development work, is gratitude shifts us, right? Is if I ask you to start thinking about, even in your worst day or a challenging season, what are you grateful for? And when we start listing off things like right now when we were dishing about fall, how much we love fall.
So you're having a little I love fall session.
We just love the autumn. Is things like, oh, but from the basics to I woke up today, to I'm so thankful for the colors and for seasons, for my family, for, you know, all the things we get to experience. Gratitude is a mood shifter for sure, because it shifts your state, what you would say, is that it's moving you from to, wow, I've actually got a lot to still be grateful for.
I once read a book, it was in the form of a series of essays, and I'm regretting I can't remember the name right now, and I know I'll be asked, I'm sorry, but it paralleled a bunch of different people, like 6 or 7 different individuals, all in different areas of life, as in regions of the world. Some were living in poverty, and some were, you know, experiencing bountiful blessings, and they all took a practice of gratitude, and their lives all shifted in the same way, not equal, right, in the outcome, but they all experienced the same internal change, and that's a testament to what you're saying, that gratitude moves us.
Oh, for sure. It shifts you. It shifts the lens of how you see life, and that it's like, even if you're in your toughest season or a challenging time, you're still alive and you're this human that's evolving and learning and growing. So yeah, I'm with you. It's always there.
I'm a creature of habit. Routines are comforting, right? And we know routines have their purpose, but can they also trap us up?
Yeah, so I think one of the things about, well, how do I step out of this emotional feeling is change it up. Try something new. Try everything from trying a new restaurant to getting a new hairstyle, right? To, you know, if you typically drive a certain way to work, mix up your routine. Listen to new music. Try something new. You know, go to a museum. Play tourist in your own city is a great thing, is that you go, oh, I'm going to go see something new. Is again a way to, what we're after here is how do I get back into a space of life where I'm feeling alive? Not apathetic, but I'm feeling alive. And that's one of the ways, is change up the routine.
How can we fill up the emptiness that can set in?
Oh my goodness. See, I love that we're having this real talk today, right? Because we all feel that way. So I don't want people to be afraid of, gosh, sometimes I feel lonely, or maybe I shouldn't feel this way. I have a lot to be grateful for. We can feel those things. I know one of the things that helps me is to unplug. Because sometimes when we're just so immersed in our technology and we're scrolling, we're liking, we're looking, we're this, we're that, you know, social media is fantastic. But it also creates regularly what we'd call the comparison trap, right? And so then you might be feeling great, like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for this, this, and this, and then you get online and, well, someone else is doing it different. Unplug, right? And just go renew, right? Your self-care activities from, hey, I'm gonna go on a hike, I'm gonna go meditate, I'm gonna get a massage, I'm just gonna go read. I mean, do you remember just reading without having to be, can we take a break from the technology?
Without listening for a ding or seeing a screen light up.
Yeah, it's just creating time where you're doing true soul nourishment. And that, for me, requires some degree of quiet.
What if we need, Tiffany, a flashbang, so to speak? We're in the middle of it right now. We need to rip the Band-Aid off and pull us out quick. Is there a fast remedy there?
I always come back to one of the fastest ways to pull you out of any funk of whatever kind is to get in service of someone else, right? And more than a cute little meme on Facebook or on social media, is that the true sensation of that is that when you show up to serve and you're moving into that space for yourself, you're creating for your life and for your mindset, the energy for yourself. You can't serve someone else without serving yourself at some level, right? So if it's raking your neighbor's leaves or taking them cookies or listening to a friend or sending off some kind thoughts, you know, to people that you love, is anytime you show up saying, you know what, I'm gonna add love and light and value to someone else, it's like it gets on you too, right? It just puts back into yourself. So if you always are needing the quick way to shift your emotions or experiences, is to serve someone else, for sure.
I love our conversation that we have together, and I love the feedback I know we'll inevitably get after every one of these conversations, which is one of feedback of gratitude from our viewers. They're just grateful. So if they want more principles from you, how can they get in touch?
You can find me Facebook or Instagram as my name, Tiffany Peterson, or my website's tiffanyspeaks.com.
You're doing your thing. You're giving your gift. Thank you so much.